What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's all tea, all shade Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 1, episode 2 review. Now, I did miss like the first 2 minutes of the episode. I came in when the ladies were in the back. It was Jen, Heather, Mary in the back, and they were going back and forth about Mary saying that, Jen smelled like hospital. So Lisa walks in as they're arguing and asks, ladies, can we just have fun? And Jen tells Mary that she's dismissive and that she doesn't want to talk about shit when it's her fault. And I do agree that Mary was being very dismissive, like, bitch, you smell like a hospital. You can't do shit about it. It's over with. I don't care. Be mad all you want. Like, that's how she was coming across. So Mary says, I'm sorry if I hurt you. I would never want to hurt you. And I feel like she just said that so the conversation could be over. She then, gives her a hug, and it seems like everything is squashed, but we already know they're going to continue to argue as the season progresses. So Jen in her confessional says, I'm going to accept her apology, even though I think it's bullshit. But Mary Crosby, I'm watching you. I'm not going to accept nobody's apology if I don't fucking believe that it's sincere. Bitch, okay, you apologize. All right. That's about it. I'm not about to accept it though. So Whitney speaks to Lisa, and Lisa asks, how was the vow renewal? And she says, the bartender said they had so much fun. And Whitney says, have you talked to them? They were having like a drink for them and then giving a drink to the guests. The bar was wrecked at the end of the night. A lot of glass was broken. Some of my husband's whiskey from Ireland was open. And Lisa was like, well, our tequila's top shelf. And I was like, what does that have to do with what the fuck she's telling you? So apparently, Whitney called Lisa and asked her, could she supply her liquor, Vita Tequila, for her wedding. Lisa then supplied her with the liquor and the bartenders for that night. The bartenders, from what Whitney is saying, was chug-a-lugging while working and fucked up her shit in the process. Now, I understood where Whitney was coming from. Like, I'm just coming to you and telling you that your employees weren't being professional and they tore up my husband and my shit. Like, I would want somebody to tell me if somebody that works for me is not representing me and my company the way that they should. Granted, I appreciate what you did for me, and that doesn't negate that, but I'm trying to tell you what's going on. Like, I would think that you would be appreciative that I pulled you to the side to tell you. So, Lisa, in her confessional, say, I generously gave to someone and I get shitted on. It's not the fact that she was shitting on you. She was just trying to tell you what was going on. But, she got all in her feelings real quick. And I knew I wasn't going to like this Lisa bitch. I knew it from the first episode. I told y'all I didn't know how I was going to feel about Lisa and Meredith. I told y'all them bitches was going to rub me the wrong way. So Lisa says, maybe it's because you guys ran out of my tequila. And Whitney said, we ran out at 6 o'clock. Lisa said, we sent you enough for 500 people. Hopefully it was good. It didn't sound like it though. Whitney said, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I know you run a tight ship, and I wasn't trying to be no type of way. And Lisa's like, it's fine. Let's just talk about something else. Let's just change the subject. So they walk up apart from each other. Then Lisa immediately goes over to Meredith and tells her what happened. And Lisa in her confessional say, I realize now. I'm sorry. Lisa didn't say that. Whitney in her confessional says, I realize now that she's mad at me for telling her that she's not perfect and that her brand isn't perfect. By the way, I don't even drink Vita Tequila. I keep my Casamigos in the back. Now that was shady, bitch, because if you don't even drink my shit, what the fuck you asking for my shit for, bitch? But I feel like she said that shit to, as a jab to her, now that they into it. So Lisa says to Meredith, I don't want trash telling me something isn't good. Don't fuck with me. Well, first of all, she didn't tell you something wasn't good. She just told you about your fucking employees, and now she trash because of that. I see you, bitch. You think you better than everybody because you came from New York, and I don't understand what you think is so special about New York, bitch. Like, all the rats and infestation that's going on around there, and y'all had Rudy Giuliani, old racist ass, like, and Trump, girl, bye. So, Meredith calls Heather and says, they all need to go skiing because it's skiing time, the skiing season. So they said, they're going to get everybody together, they're going to go skiing. So Lisa tells her husband that she's still irritated with Whitney. He was like, as you should be. She was like, I don't want to lose our liquor license over somebody's wedding in a basement with a stripper pole. read. So her husband said, you're way too generous as always. Lisa said, I bought her tequila, bought her the mixers. I had them drop it off for her, and I wasn't even invited. Say thank you and be done. Now, from Lisa's standpoint, I get what she's saying as well. Like, bitch, I done did this, and the third for you, and you didn't even have the audacity to fucking invite me to the event, but you can ask me for my motherfucking liquor. I can understand what she's saying. Like, bitch, I done did all this for you, and then you gonna come complain to me about something or whatever. But at the same time, Lisa, your employees were being unprofessional. If it was anybody else that paid for that shit and your employees acting like that, it would be a problem. So don't think just because you gave me something, I'm just not supposed to say nothing. I'm just supposed to kiss your ass, pretend like the shit didn't happen and my shit didn't get fucked up and it wasn't glass everywhere and my husband's shit wasn't drink. Like, it don't work like that, sweetheart. Let me know whose side y'all on in this fight. Are you team Lisa or are you team Whitney in this case? I'm not really team anybody. I don't play the team shit, but I understand where Whitney was coming from, but I can also understand where Lisa was coming from, but I'm siding a little bit more with Whitney. So the husband says, you want me to listen or do you want feedback? She was like, no, I just want to talk. We're fine. Everything's fine. And I was like, see, that bitch thinks she know everything. She don't even want to take advice from her own husband. You can't tell this bitch shit. So Lisa, in her confessional, say after the party, we talked and I gave her some friendly advice. Now, we learned later in the episode what that friendly advice was. So Heather and Whitney go shopping for them to go skiing. And Whitney asks her how she felt about the party. Heather says, I was completely unprepared for how much Lisa just dismissed me. Whitney says, why did you invite her, for us to go skiing? She was like, she's a part of our group and I just want to be better or whatever. I like Heather. Heather seems like she a real one. She got a nice heart or whatever. She just trying to get along or whatever, but fuck Lisa. So Whitney says, at the party, I shared with her what happened with her bartenders. After the party, she calls me and proceeded to tell me don't come after her entities. Then she threatened to use rumors that she heard about me against me. She accused me of being a swinger. So now you mad because she told you about your employees. Then you wait to get off camera and call this girl and say, bitch, I'm gonna tell motherfuckers you a swinger? Yeah, bitch, you ain't shit. I don't like that bitch and I want to punch her on her motherfucking forehead. So Whitney, her confessional say, we have polygamy in our family or whatever. Now, she never said whether or not she was a swinger. So I don't know if she is or she ain't. But if she is, so the fuck what? That's what her and her husband want to do. Is it something that I would do? No. But to each his own. So Whitney says, when you step outside the guidelines, I was cut off. People see me as a home wrecker. She was talking about, when she started questioning the church, when she left the religion and how her family cut her off. And then, her getting divorced and remarrying and all of this type of stuff. Remember when she got with her now husband, both of them were married to other people and they started having an affair. So Heather says, do you think you're a home wrecker? And Whitney says, absolutely not. And I'm like, skirt, Whitney, ma'am. Let's rewind the tape, bitch. You're very much a home wrecker, and so is your husband. Just because y'all been together now for 10, 15 years later does not negate what the fuck you two did. Y'all were both married and decided to cheat with one another. Bitch, you were a home wrecker, and your nigga wasn't shit either. Like, we're not gonna play that game, girl. Now, I like you, but you full of shit with that one. Like, fess up to what you did, bitch. So Heather, her confessional, said Lisa thinks she's better than both of us. And I agree. I think Lisa thinks that she's better than Heather and Whitney. I don't know why, but she does. So Whitney is at home with her family and her dad, Steve, comes over. And this nigga looked just like the magician Chris Angels. I don't know where this man is going with that god-awful black hair. And to find out that this nigga know how to do hair, had his own product line, had his own hair schools, and I'm looking at you walking around with this old 2004 ass haircut. I need for you to stop, sir. So we learned that her daddy, she was a daddy's girl growing up, but things are very different now because her daddy has been addicted to painkillers for the last 10 years. And that's really, a terrible thing to learn. So he was a self-made millionaire, like I said, but his addiction took everything away from him. She found out 6 years ago what was going on when her mom divorced him. She said he turned to prescription drugs. So she asks him to go to church with her, to Mary's church, and he agrees to go. She also says, that she was the only one that stood by him, that most Mormons view addiction as a consequence of their choices, but she learned through going to meetings with him that it is that it is a disease. And I hate religions like that want to persecute people and shun people and all of this type of stuff. Like, I believe in God. I'm a Christian, but I don't go by everything that is in the Bible, because we all sin it every day. I got my relationship with God. I believe that God is real, but I don't believe that, it's a sin to be homosexual. I don't believe that it's a sin to have sex before marriage. Like, I don't believe in those types of things, but I do believe in God. And I feel like as long as you got a pure heart, you're a pure person, you ain't out here harming nobody. What is the problem, people? But to each his own. So, Meredith and her husband Seth go to dinner. This is where shit get really good. So Seth says, I appreciate the eye contact tonight. And she was like, who else would I be looking at? And he was like, your phone. And I was like, ooh. Ooh. So they've been together since they were both 23 years old. I'm guessing they're like in their 40s now, so they've been together for about 20 some years. Seth says, who have you told that we're separated? Do all of your friends know? That's when we find out these niggas ain't even together. Meredith says, no, it's not something I'm just, broadcasting all over. So Seth says, do you think our marriage was made to last? And Meredith says, I hope so. Meredith says, over the years, our marriage just broke down. We moved a lot, had 3 kids, we lost communication. And so she says to Seth, life changes and we have to grow with it. And I agree with that 100%. You're never going to be the same person you were 20 years ago. I was a kid. I've gone through things. I've matured. I've learned new things about myself. I've changed new things about myself. You're both going to change in relationships, and relationships have ebbs and flows where you're going to fall in love, fall out of love. I might not like you today. But that's why relationships are hard to keep, because people don't want to put in the work. It's not going to be fairy tales and butterflies every motherfucking day. You have to fight for this shit. This is a choice to be here. And so you have to put in that work. So, Seth says, yeah, but it's a two-way street. And Meredith says, are you trying to say I'm not putting in the work? And Seth said, it wouldn't hurt to put in an extra 10 minutes on a treadmill. And I was like, oh, he is reading the girls. So Seth says, tell me something I don't know about you. So she was like, no, tell me something you don't know. I don't know about you. And I was like, bitch, why are you just going to answer the fucking question? So I was like, oh, this bitch is sneaky right off the bat. Well, she didn't even answer his question and flipped it around on him. I was like, but okay. So Seth says, I'm so transparent. Like, I'm an open book. And Meredith says, your definition of transparency is very bizarre. He was like, I mean, what? Read my phone, check my phone. And Meredith says, that's not transparency. Those are messages to you, not to me. Seth says, you would never show me your phone. Meredith says, because I think that's wrong. Seth says, because you're hiding something. And I was like, hey, the fuck, man, it's obvious that she hiding something. If y'all separated and trying to work on y'all relationship, and you know that your husband has an issue with not being able to see your phone, you hiding something. It's obvious you got another nigga on the side and you don't want him to know. You don't want him to know for whatever reason, because you're trying to hold on to him. I don't know what you up to, but bitch, it's obvious. Like, she had guilt written all over her face that she fucking with somebody else. You just need to be honest. Like, y'all separated. It's wrong to me to be dating people while you separated or whatever. I feel like get a divorce, but keep it 100. Yes, I'm seeing somebody else. I know that might hurt your feelings. Hell, it would hurt mine if you was dating somebody, but I would never want to lie to you. And it's obvious that Meredith got some dick on the side. Girl, you ain't fooling nobody. So, Meredith says, I'm not reading your phone. Seth, in his confessional, as they're sitting next to each other, says, I'm not dating anyone else, and I sure as hell hope you're not. And she was just sitting there like, well, sorry for you, nigga, because I am. So, the girls go skiing, and Mary arrives late because she said she was waiting on her FedEx package, and the FedEx package was the Chanel coat that she was wearing. I was like, okay, bitch. So I was like, I love this gaudy ass bitch. So Jen arrives in her cheetah print ski suit and says that she thinks she looked better than Mary. And I was like, I disagree, because your shit looked cheesy. It looked very cheesy, ma'am. You was cute, but it was cheesy. So Whitney brings up to Lisa, Whitney brings up Lisa to Heather and Meredith as they're on one of the the ski slopes. And she says, Heather says, we're good, we're fine. And Whitney in her confessional say, I've known Lisa for a few years now. We still struggle with communication. They flash back to 4 months prior, where it was Lisa, Whitney, and Meredith sitting down talking, and Lisa said to Whitney, Lisa said to Meredith, I feel like we need to style Whitney, Mayor. And Whitney was like, what's wrong with my style? And Lisa said, it's a little Utah. Like, girl, who the fuck is you talking to? Like, why would you say that to somebody? I didn't see anything wrong with her look. She didn't look country. She didn't look out of style, out of date. Like, there was nothing wrong with her. Like, I feel like she was just being bitchy to be bitchy. Like, girl, fuck you. Like, you the fashion maven. So Whitney says, she's always had these little subtle threats. Meredith says, what did she say? And Whitney was like, I kind of dismissed, what she was saying because I don't care. But because she strives for perfection. But I don't. But, she was basically trying to say, that I was a swinger. So Meredith says, I think you're sensing what she sees her role as more like big sister, as condescending and not caring. I would explain it to her. And Meredith, yeah, it's cute you trying to defend your friend, but your friend a bitch. So that night the ladies go to dinner. Jen outfit was cute. I liked her little outfit and the little fur stole going across her chest. Lisa, however, sitting next to her looking like a Muppet baby, looking like one of the Fraggle Rocks with this damn pink rug on her shoulders. But you think that you can give somebody style advice. If I see you in one more pink gaudy ass outfit, girl. So Whitney tells the girls that she's going to Mary's church with her daddy and that he's considering going back to the Mormon church. And now I guess they assumed that she felt some type of way about that when she said it. Because Heather was like, just support him, whatever. She was like, no, it's not that. She was like, if he goes back to the Mormon church, that's his, prerogative. I wouldn't care if he went to that church or Mary's church as long as he's getting help. And that's all I care about. If it's helping him and fulfilling him and helping him to stay off drugs, to each his own. So, Whitney then says that she wouldn't care. I already said that. So she also goes on to say that, she's too has felt judged a many a time. So everybody was like, what you feel judged about? And she was like, I feel judged by you, Lisa. And Lisa's like, I don't judge you. Whitney says, after the party, I felt threatened. Lisa say, if you felt threatened, that's because you felt threatened. I don't threaten people. The only reason we even had that conversation is because you confronted me on how I gifted you and what happened with your gift. And I was like, girl, you got guilty written all over your face. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. So Whitney says, let's put that aside. It was a conversation afterwards where I felt like, don't go there or I'm going to bring these rumors up. Lisa said, I did not say that. I did not say that. I'm like, bitch, you lying. So Whitney says in her confessional, I'm purposely not using the word swinger because I know the conversation will shift to whether or not I am. It's about Lisa being judgmental. So I was like, yeah, she a smart kitty. Like Whitney ain't all in the clouds looking at doves crying shit. No, Whitney is smart because if she would have said the word swinger, then it would have flipped on her and all the girls, girl, is you whatever. At the end of the day, that ain't what it is. Even if I am, bitch, what is your problem? Like, why is you trying to, like, you gonna use that on some blackmail type shit? Who the fuck are you? So, Lisa says this is a shoot the messenger game. If I tell you something I heard, it's not me judging you. I don't care enough to judge you. You just told on yourself. You said, if I tell you something I heard, it's not me judging you. I don't care enough to judge you. Bitch, you threatened that bitch over the phone. You told on yourself by even saying that. You just said, I didn't say that. I didn't do that. What? Why did you bring that up? Why did you bring that up if it wasn't a threat? Girl, you lying. You a bitch. So Heather says, well, that's rude. And I was like, come on, Shrek. So she says, I think it's hard for me to say you were coming out of love and kindness because certainly we haven't had love and kindness. And Mary says, oh my goodness. Mary is so mean. So Lisa says, coming from you, I feel nothing but the opposite of kindness. My intent is always good. I cannot help how you guys perceive me, and I'm okay with how you perceive me. And I was like, okay, Lisa, but bitch, you're lying. So Heather says, you're comfortable with me perceiving you as dismissive and arrogant and also a little bit crazy because you said I don't even know Heather, and of course you know me. And I was like, come on, Heather. Come on, Heather. sir. You and them hunchback of Notre Dame looking ass bitch. So Mary looking back and forth like, oh shit. And then Mary says, can we just start over? So Lisa say, if you take me being busy as dismissive, then I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck does that got to do? Girl, ain't nobody tripping off you being busy. It's your stank ass attitude. Like, what I'm seeing from Lisa decided to come on here and be the mean girl and to start up shit and say fucked up shit. But she wasn't expecting for the girls to come for her so quick and so soon. And she wasn't ready to be backed up in the corner, because once she was backed up in the corner, she didn't have that same type of energy. Like, you're playing a role, you're playing a character, you're not being genuine, and the shit is falling down around you already. So, Heather says, how can you say all I know of Heather is she was a good time girl that flashed her boobs and that was out of love and kindness to tell Miss Jen that? Because I'm like, exactly, you don't remember me, but you remember me being a good time girl. Like, which one is it, bitch? So, Lisa says, one time at a dorm, and Heather says, I would have been ejected from school. Lisa said, I know, that's what made it so funny. Girl, you sound stupid. So Heather said, you don't remember me, but you remember me flashing. Exactly. Lisa said, keep coming. Who's next? And I was like, but you act like you really shutting shit down. You're just being proven as a liar. Like, what? So Heather said, you cannot sit there and say you come out of love and kindness. Lisa said, I have never done anything mean to you. You literally did. You told Jen that the girl was a good time girl, a hoe basically in college. Like, and then you sit up here and act like you didn't know the bitch when it's obvious that you do, but you didn't do nothing mean to her. Like I said, she wasn't prepared for the blowback so fast. So she says, until you figure out what it is that triggers in you about me, we can't have a good conversation. Thumbs up, fuck you. And then everybody was like, oh shit. And so she was like, you send me a thumbs up, and you know that means fuck you. And I was like, when did the thumbs up emoji become a fuck you? I thought was the fuck you, like, how in the white world? What in the Caucasian? So I know if you thumbs up somebody, sometimes just like, okay, bitch, yeah, whatever. But fuck you? Okay. So Heather, her confessional says, right before the party, I get a text message from Lisa. It's kind of a check-in to cover her ass. I'm not sure why she's sending it. She doesn't know who I am. So why is she texting me to see if I'm going to be at the party? They showed a text message on the screen. She like, hey, girl, you going to the party? She was like, mm-hmm. She was like, I can't wait to see you or whatever. And Heather hit her with the... But you just told... No. She also said, did you talk to Jen? And Heather was like, yeah. But you just told Jen you didn't know her, but you checking to see has she talked to Jen. You girl, like, you trying to be somebody that you ain't, and your ass got fucking caught up already on episode 2. Bye, Felisa. So Heather then says, 2 thumbs up means fuck you. So then in her confessional, she admits that that's what she was meaning when she did hit her with the thumbs up, that's she was meaning fuck you. So Jen says Heather wouldn't care this much if she didn't care about you. Lisa says to Heather and Whitney, if I ever made you feel bad, I'm genuinely sorry. I'm done with this right now. I'm done with it. I'm done. That's not a fucking genuine apology to be like, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but I'm done with this. Bitch, that's not how you apologize to somebody. I would be like, girl, you can shove your apology up you and your narrow ass. Girl, fuck you. Like I said, Lisa came on the show playing a role, trying to be the mean girl, and got caught up in her bullshit already. And now you look stupid. Now we know you a liar. Now we know you do team too much. Now we know you a mean girl. Now we know you tried to bully shit. Now we know that you think you better than somebody. Like, girl, for bye. I don't like her already. Be gone, bitch. And Meredith, you better watch who you align with, because we already pitting y'all as the white Giselle and Robin, and it's not a good look, because birds of a feather flock together, and you gonna be dragged into her shit from guilt by association. So you better move away, bitch, because we see you hoes. I like tonight's episode a lot. I give tonight's episode a B plus. I give it a B plus. I really do. I like the religious aspect they're going from. But I'm enjoying us being able to see and know the story behind Whitney's father. Him thinking about returning to the church. Them exposing Lisa ass. I'm enjoying where this is going. I can't wait to see what other layers are going to be peeled back this season. Let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. Also, remember I'm doing reviews on For Life, ABC's For Life. My review will be up tonight, and next month I will be doing a video every day. I will be participating in Vlogmas again, so get ready for that. I love you guys. Bye.